But once I showed her my pimp hand, she became a good earner again, so I'm pretty satisfied overall. Hey, guys, we're live.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot, I wanted to hear more about her. She took food stamps the second time, right?
Welcome to the Beastly Thoughts Show. Today we got Beastly Gamer and Cotton Made Player. We are hoping to get a couple more people in. We've sent invitations out, but it is kind of hard to get a hold of people. I know we want to get Marco on here. We want to get 9 to 5 Gamer on here. So if either one of you guys can get a hold of us, we'll send you a link to the group chat so that you guys can get in here.
Great news.
Oh, yeah.
How was your week, guys?
Going good.
Awesome. You know, Jan and the kids were sick all week. It was like there was a plague that had ridden or completely engulfed our house, but somehow I managed to stay out of it, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Well, that's actually good, solemn news. Something real similar is going on here with the weather change. Nova and Nina have undergone this dark metamorphosis from Castlevania. Nova woke up this morning, looked like she fought Tyson. Both of her eyes were red and sealed shut.
Jesus.
Yeah, and so I went down to the herbalist and got her some medicine, and now she's looking a lot better. But it's all, it's seasonal change. And down here in Georgia, she's not used to this kind of, cold one day and then extremely hot the next day.
Yeah.
And so it really affected her really bad. As soon as I saw her this morning, she went to the bathroom, and I was wondering why she was feeling the wall. She got to the door to open the door, and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I can't see, Daddy." And I saw her little eyes, and they were swollen and red. And mine are, I got the black rings under, hers are red rings.
She's got the red ring of death.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So what's been going on with you, COD Made Player? During the pre-show, you mentioned something that really hit a chord with me, and I think a lot of people would really admire and respect that information. Share it with our audience today, brother.
All right, guys. Most people know I'm mostly a gaming playing channel, but recently here I've stumbled across in my town this vaping corporation that helps people quit smoking. I've been smoking for about 8 years, going through 2 to 3 packs a day. All depends on what kind of basis I was feeling, how I was feeling, if I was bored, if I was depressed, stressed. But I found these e-cigs right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I bought a kit. It came with this whole thing right here. It came with 2 batteries, a charger, a bottle of e-vapor, and for about $100. And the bottles of juice, they're 30 milliliters, and it's lasted me a whole month, and they're $12 a piece. If you want to quit smoking, my best bet is for you to check into the vaping community, get into that. It's way healthier. In the past month of me vaping, I went to the hospital, and my oxygen level went back up 10%, and I'm at 100% oxygen level going through my body. So I feel a lot better. I'm happier. I don't feel disgusting. I don't have that weird smell of cigarettes on me anymore. That's just my advice to everybody. If you want to quit smoking, check out vaping. It's going to help everybody. People might get addicted to it, but it's better than smoking a cigarette, damaging your lungs, that possible chance of getting lung cancer and all that. It makes people want to be around you more. It makes you feel better about yourself and actually inside, and just makes your health 100% turn around. And
it's
that's
a hard thing to quit smoking, so I really respect that you're doing it. Do they have like an online presence? Is there some like a website that we can shoot people over to if they're interested?
GatorVapor.com.
GatorVapor.com. All right, I'll put a link down in the description if I remember at the end of the video.
Okay.
Definitely. A couple of guys at my job actually have something real similar, and they do the vape as well. I know where you're coming from, man. I told Brian Rabbit, I think months ago when we first met, that I used to smoke heavy. I was a chain smoker. I used to be an alcoholic. For the guys who don't know, I used to drink a lot. And it got to the point where it was spiraling my life out of control. You wake up in the morning, and all of a sudden, you got all this phlegm congesting your lungs. You can't really breathe.
Yeah. Yep.
And I remember it was the day before we were going to find out if Nova was going to be a boy or a girl. I sat up all night until 5:30 in the morning playing Tekken Tag, whooping ass, and drinking a 24-pack.
Damn.
And I drank them all, so I went out with a bang.
Shit.
But Kate came around the corner, and I saw her down the hall, and I saw her through like a cloud of smoke, and I was like, this is not what I want for the future of any more of my children. And that was the last drink or smoke I ever had. So that was pretty amazing story. But yeah, man, it makes your life better in every way imaginable. Everything performs better.
Yeah, honestly, what I'm going to say is, I'm not using the excuse, but I've seen it from most people, especially through my friends. basically everybody in my family smoked, and it's just been an environment I was around for my whole life, and I think that's where I picked it up from. When my first friend offered me a cigarette, you know, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, yeah, give me that, you know, I'm ready. You know, I want to know what everybody else was using it for. You know, I thought it was going to be something awesome, an amazing experience, but
Yeah,
no,
well,
just a waste of money. It just killed my health.
it's where you came from is what you knew. Now I
Yeah.
got a question. Does Gator Vapor make vaporized chicken wings? Because I'm totally addicted.
You got a
And it'd be
nasty
great.
addiction over there.
It's terrible, Brian Rabbit. If I could just open it up and you smell the vapor, I'm like, ah, losing weight, it'd be awesome.
Just give me one more wing, man. Just one more wing.
I can't take it no
You
more.
know I'm good for it.
So I gotta tell you guys a story about Drifter this week. So you guys know that I've been trying to get other people to come on the show, and Drifter is one of my favorite YouTubers. So you know he does the in-depth series. I don't know if you guys know him. He spells his name funny, so if you haven't heard of him, it's DRIFT0R, and he does like the in-depth series for Call of Duty. He also did some pretty good Titanfall videos. So I sent him an invite, right? You know, just saying, hey, you know, here's what we do. I'd love to have you on to talk about, you know, Call of Duty, Titanfall, and kind of like what you think the future of Call of Duty is with this new game on the horizon by, you know, Respawn Entertainment. And, you know, he sent me a message back that said, you know, thanks for the invite, can't do it, sorry. Which was totally acceptable. You know, the guy's got 500,000 subscribers. He's got better things to do with his time than get on a show that gets about 300 views a week.
Yeah.
Totally understandable, right?
Yeah.
The next day, he puts out a video that says, you know, like, here's all the problems I'm having with YouTube. And the last point, the one that seemed the most heartfelt for him, was, you know, I've got all these people kind of like asking me for stuff all the time. And, you know, it just gets overwhelming. And I always feel like people are using me. So, and I was like, oh, man, that's just what I just did. I literally, you know, just sent you a request for your time.
There's Marco.
Marco!
Awesome. Hey, Marco,
What's up,
how you
Marco?
doing?
What's going on, man? Thank you for being
Not
on.
much.
Oh,
Took me a while to get this all set up.
Yeah, it takes a bit. All right. So anyway, I sent him back another message after I saw the video of his, you know, saying that he's got all these problems. And he sent me back again. He's like, hey, you know, don't worry about it. It's not you I was talking about. You know, you keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep sending invites out. Just because I said no this time doesn't mean I'm going to say no in the future. And I thought, you know, that's pretty awesome. The guy's got 500,000 subs. He's making himself available. You know, even though he can't do the show.
To even respond
multiple times, too.
God, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a lot of respect for him before, and I got even more respect for him now. I just wanted to share that because he seems like a really cool guy.
Well, it seems like Drifter has not forgotten where he came from, and that's what we're like. So one day we all have 500,000 subs. We can respond to the little guys too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Marco,
you guys
it is so cool to meet you, man.
Awesome.
Thanks. Nice to meet you guys too.
So you just started a new channel, but you haven't posted a video up yet, right?
I just started about 5 hours ago.
5 hours ago.
I wanted to start 3 days ago, but I went to Niagara Falls and like all the stuff started happening. So 5 hours ago, now I got my anniversary, really.
That's
Well, hey,
awesome. So
congratulations.
once you get a video up there, you're gonna have to let us know so we can check it out. But until then, your channel name is Unreal Gamer, right?
Yeah. You know how long it took for me to find a name? Probably, I'd say it took like 36 hours straight, just on thesaurus.com, just putting in a bunch of words and just trying to get a name. And then finally, I got this one. I was like, finally. Well,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, it's awesome to meet you. It's awesome to see your face. You know, I've seen you in the comments so many times, and I feel like I knew you. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I didn't know your face. I didn't know what you looked like. And now it's cool to put a face to the name.
Yeah. Also, the thing for Marco, I mean, thank you, man, for subscribing to me. I mean, I'm a really small channel, but I really appreciate your subscription, man. It means so much to me, and now you're actually here, so where I can actually talk to you. It's really awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like I watch you guys all the time, and now to see you guys have this interaction, it's actually really cool.
Cool, man. That's
Now
awesome.
I want to take this moment, Marco. You're one of the first subscribers I ever had. Okay, you're one of the very first ones, guys. I'm talking about when I had like 10 subscribers. He was there, okay? And he's always been, you know, positive reinforcement. He's always had engaging conversations. He's always been uplifting, and it kept me going. You know, when you're working hard and you're small and you're not seeing any, comeback from, any revenue or anything like that, to have a subscriber or a person out in the world to kind of pat you on your back, good job, and keep you motivated. Marco, you were that for me. I want you to know, thank you so much. I'm very, very privileged to meet you finally, and I can't wait to see what you do with your channel. Now, Marco, guys, is an Xbox One owner, and that's the console that he has, and that's what his channel is going to be about.
No, Marco.
No. Look. I made a video, I think yesterday or the day before, about it. It's not about the people at all. I mean, we're gamers. I mean, it's a community, and some of us have Xbox One, some of us have Wii's, but this is YouTube. This is what we do. We can get together and talk about the pros and cons of each. Maybe I don't like your flavor as much as you like mine, but I'm very happy to see you here, and I'm going to check out all your videos, Marco. Congratulations.
Oh,
I'm so happy to meet you.
Thanks. So how you guys like Titanfall? Did you play it, Beastly? You said you were going to check it out on PC.
I didn't get a key. They didn't send me
I
one.
didn't get one either for PC. I put in like 4 applications.
I thought they opened it up to everybody at the end.
You had to apply for it, and then they send you a key, but I didn't get one.
I applied too. I went and I had the actual service and everything. I did it on my lunch break, so I made sure everything was filled out, and I was really excited about it. But I didn't get anything. They must have watched some of my videos. Oh man. So Marco, you say you were in Niagara Falls. What was going on there?
Yeah, well, for my brother's reading week since they're in university, so this is their only time off. So we just took it off, and we go on the Canadian side because I'm Canadian. It's much better than the American side, no offense. You guys have like houses, and we got like all these hotels. So yeah, we went there, and there was arcade. We get $400 worth of arcades, but it went pretty fast. But it's like Dave & Buster's for you guys. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, one of these days I'll be able to visit a place like that. That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Now, you haven't had a chance to play Titanfall yourself then, huh? Did you play it on your Xbox One?
Yeah, I played it on my Xbox One. I actually had a couple glitches, but it's a phenomenal game. I really liked it. The couple of glitches were the city map I couldn't play one day full, and then the next day I couldn't play the other map. It was weird, and sometimes I had a lot of server issues. Did you guys ever have any of those?
I had issues where it took sometimes it took a really long time to start playing. But once I started playing, I never ran into an issue, and it was quick to load games. Although there was a 90-second intermission between games, which kind of annoyed me. It was too long. But other than that, I mean, yeah, once I got into it, it was flawless for me. But sometimes it would be a 10-minute wait to actually contact a server and start playing.
Oh yeah, for me too. Yeah.
But it was just a beta, theoretically.
That's true.
Well, from what I saw, I didn't get a chance to play it. The game looks incredible. It looks very fast-paced.
Yeah.
I don't like the bot idea as much as some because I prefer it to be up, but it's not a perfect world. But it still looked very interesting, fast-paced. Jetpacks. It's like they took every good aspect of all these first-person shooters and kind of married them all together into one.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the that level of Halo, the first Halo, where you're storming this beach and the Covenant are kind of bunkered in, and you got warthogs and you got all your AI teammates kind of screaming out things and getting killed. And do you remember that level from the first Halo? No, nobody.
It's been so long, it's
been a very long time.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, Titanfall really reminds me of that experience in Halo, where, yeah, sure, some of your teammates are bots, but they do talk, and they're kind of funny, actually, when you hear them. And you're fighting bots, but there are kind of these elites, which are the enemy players, the actual pilots, the actual real-world people. So, yeah, a lot of the time you're killing people really easy, or you're killing bots really easy, but you do run up to the enemy players, and you have to be really careful when you do. So, I don't know. To me, it almost feels like this mesh between a single player and a multiplayer game, but it feels super newbie friendly. So people who jump into COD for the first time,
they get destroyed.
They get slammed, and it's not a nice experience, trying to learn how to play Call of Duty or any other first-person shooter that's been around for a while, Battlefield 4 or Halo, any of these games. It's hard to get initiated. But in Titanfall, I think the genius of this is that you're still going to feel like you're successful because you're still killing bots. You call in a Titanfall, you call in a Titan no matter how good you do, you always get one. So you get that success. It's not like the kill streaks in Call of Duty where you have to go get like 15 kills in a row before you can call in a chopper. You might never do that. You know, it might never happen. In Titanfall, you're definitely getting a Titan. You could choose the Titan. You could choose the loadout. I think it's a really great idea. I think it's going to attract a lot of people to that game, and it's going to be people who want to get better at it later. You know, they stick with it and get better at it. I just wish it was on the PS4 as well, because I wish if this was a multi-platform game, I think it would be a COD killer.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that's going to hold it back from being a COD killer.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Briar Rabbit. Since you've played the game and you've enjoyed the beta, have you found any issues or situations where you were focused on bots and then maybe an actual player took advantage of you and, you know, wiped the floor with you while you were trying to kill bots?
Absolutely. I actually do it myself. Is I'll kind of stick around bots. I'll see another pilot, you know, focusing on like this group of bots because they tend to be in groups and spawn in together. And while he's doing that, you shoot him in the back or you walk up behind him and snap his neck. So yeah, I mean, it's something you got to be aware of because the bots aren't that dangerous. You don't really have to worry about them that much. Normally what I do is just kind of chuck a grenade their way and continue on looking for pilots, you know. But you know, you definitely get stuck by the bots if you're not careful.
So in essence, what you're saying is this game it seems very fun for now.
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumors that there are monsters in this game too.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? I keep hearing that rumor too.
Giant monsters, like, you know, what's the name of that movie that came out last year with the robots versus monsters? It's something similar to that movie. I think you guys know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. What was that?
But the fact that it's so easily accessible, entry level, you think that everybody can come in, enjoy, and then those that are hardcore FPS shooters, they'll be able to rise up through the ranks and be able to dominate.
That's the only thing I don't know about, right? Is there going to be enough depth there to keep people playing, for people to make a decision saying, yeah, I want to keep playing this for months on end, for a year, or, you know, until Titanfall 2 comes out, maybe 2 years or 3 years, who knows? So is there enough depth to kind of keep people going like there was with COD 4? You know, when COD 4 came out, people started playing that, and they didn't stop until Modern Warfare 2 came out. And, you know, if it wasn't so hacked, I'd still play it.
Yeah, and you spent a year on Black Ops 2 too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you destroyed that game. Well, I guess we'll sit and watch what happens. That's one thing I'm hearing from the reviewers, and you guys can elaborate too. Some of the reviews I've seen on the beta, which of course is not the finished product, is that they are skeptical about how deep the game goes, and exactly what Briar Rabbit said, whether or not you're going to be able to hold on to it for a long period of time. But for now, at least, it appears to be extremely fun. I'm still waiting for my copy of the game, so I won't be beta testing it. I'll be buying it myself. But it looks like something I definitely want to play and more than likely get good at. I'm having a little issue, though, guys, with this 60-inch TV. You know.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Listen, I'm being absolutely honest, okay? I'm going from a 42-inch to a 60-inch, and it's an incredible TV.
If you say it's too big, I'm going to hang up on you.
It's not too big. It's so big that when you're moving in the 3D space, it seems like it takes longer. Like for you to see someone, it takes longer for you to turn at them. It's just so big, and people are getting the drop on me, and I'm feeling like a scrub. But
do you have input lag on that TV? Do you have a game mode that you can switch it to?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. I'm so amazed just looking at it.
Yeah.
Still got the price tag on it.
That could be a real issue. If you have input lag on your TV, then you literally are behind by maybe a millisecond or two. Who knows how long that is? But it can be significant enough that you can have trouble, especially in online shooters.
Yeah,
so
definitely
switch it over to game mode, and because that often helps a lot.
I'm pretty sure I did see a game mode on this TV.
Yeah.
I didn't mess with it. I think everything is still set to factory default. Mm-hmm. But if that's the case, that'll help me out a lot because I played Ghost on it, which I'm really getting good at. And then when I started playing, I was like, what the hell's going on? I was turning in slow motion. I was like, what's going on? But I played that. I played Black Ops 2. I played Battlefield 4, and I was getting destroyed there because it was really bad where I was maybe a few milliseconds behind all the other players. And I heard people like Worm talking about he got a 60-inch. I think he got a 50-inch, and he was playing Black Ops 2, and he just took the TV back. He said, it's too big, I can't play the game. And I was like, so this guy was telling the truth. I'm looking over at Kate like, I can't believe this crap. Yeah. But it's kind of funny, though, that after a week or so of playing on it, everything starts to work together a little bit better. Because initially, just watching Blu-rays on it or watching Netflix, when the scene would pan, you got this really immersive feeling like you were looking through a glass window. Yeah. And now that's kind of subsiding. I guess it comes with time. Your eyes are actually becoming more acclimated and articulating the image better. So hopefully that'll just be a temporary thing so I can get back into kicking ass.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I started playing PC game. I'm really getting into that now. And I played on a 15.9 inch, well 15.7. All of a sudden I got a 39 inch, and it's just like you move it, it's like you just sway.
A 39-inch monitor?
Yeah. Well, it's
my
TV.
God.
I got it as a TV, but I use it as a monitor. But the response time is great. It's 1080p, and I think
I got a question
240.
for the Beastly Gamer, since he's got all this money right now. How are you feeling about the new the PlayStation Virtual Headset coming out?
Oh man, that's going to be going against the Oculus Rift. The thing is, I'm thinking about this. Okay, it sounds like a good idea, but for them to actually create this technology, it would have to be something that is within the realm of reality for people to pay for. It can't be overly expensive. The Oculus Rift is going to be floating. I forget exactly what it's been speculated at costing, but it's going to be quite a few $100. This PlayStation version of this virtual headset, if it costs as much as the PS4, people aren't going to buy it.
I will. Day one purchase for me.
Oh, of course we know you will. And I'll probably get it too. Okay, I mean honestly, I get it. I'm a Sony guy. I even got the Sony Z1S.
Did the demonstration?
But for the average gamer and the average consumer, it would have to be a reasonably priced item, or it'd have to be a premium item just for people like us who are into this stuff and live it every day.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea. I'd like to see if they can actually pull it off and maybe compete against the Oculus Rift. Because Oculus, man, they've been working hard on that thing. They've been working on the fact that it's been getting people dizzy and giving people headaches. They've been working on the articulation of the actual the hardware, and it's been going on now for many, many years. I mean, it's going to be hard for somebody to come out of nowhere and mimic that kind of tech,
Yeah, well, supposedly they're supposed to be revealing their idea in March 12th at GDC, so we'll see then. And obviously, like the same thing I'm thinking as you, it's going to cause a lot of eye strain, headaches, and if it's recently priced like $200-300, maybe $400, where the average person could buy it if they wanted it, I think it's going to put a big effect on the TV, because if they make it capable with everything where you can watch movies and everything else off of it, why not feel like you're in the movie? Like you said, it's a virtual headset, so I mean, it's the next step in everything. Sony's really putting themselves out this year. They're trying to come up with everything possible just to knock Microsoft off their ranks right now. If you really honestly think about it, they already have them in head by the console sales, and now they're trying to come out with the most amazing headset that anybody could ever own, as long as it's reasonably priced to it. Where
somebody's playing Kick the Can.
Yeah.
I dropped it.
Now I'm thinking, Codmade, if they price this thing around $249 to $279, that is within the range for the gamers who are I'll put an extra $100 aside. Normally I pay $150 for something really nice, but this is a virtual headset, and yeah, if it has the capability to completely alleviate or remove the stress of using your TV, and maybe you could do other things on that, and you could play PS4 games on it. Of course, they had to be built from the ground up for this kind of tech usually, or
if it was that cheap, I don't think I'd buy it. They can't make a quality unit that cheap. I mean, what I want is OLED screens. I want two 1080p screens running 60 hertz. I want this thing to be immersive. I want the motion tracking in the headset to work really, really quick, so there's no delay, so I don't get motion sick. I want this thing to cost a little bit of money because I want a good product.
Yeah, because you got to think most headsets nowadays cost more than a console anyways, so why would it be cheaper than the PS4 if it's going to have all that functionality to it?
Well, if it is cheaper than the PS4, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
I don't think that they could reasonably price it, above the PS4 price point, because the simple fact of selling it for the PS4. That's like buying a car seat that costs more than the car. You
Yeah,
know,
but your TV costs more than the PS4.
Yeah, and you got to have your TV for the PS4.
But it's not an extension of the PS4, is what I'm saying. You know,
yeah, but if this headset will take up all the. I mean, you won't even need a TV with this headset.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to use it to watch movies, but it basically replaces the TV, but it's more immersive.
It also, Brian Rabbit, comes down to the way that it's marketed to the consumer. Now, Sony markets this thing as a standalone USB headset that is not made, doesn't have the PS4 logo on it. It's just a Sony, interactive headset that does the same kind of stuff that the Oculus Rift does. Yeah, they could price it $500, because people will go out and get it, hook it up to their computer, or get a converter, hook it up to their TV. However you do it, it wouldn't be something that would be synonymous with the PS4 at that time. But if they want to market it as a PS4 peripheral, I think they're going to have an issue pricing it at a higher price point than the actual PS4 console, for the simple fact that the typical American consumer does not want to pay more for a peripheral than they pay for their system.
I just want it to be of high enough quality, though, that it's actually useful. If they cut this thing for $300, but it's running, let's say it's running 480p screens of both eyes, and it's running, 30 hertz, it's going to suck. You're not going to want to use it anyway. So what's the point of having something that costs $300 that sucks? I'd rather have something that costs $600, but it's friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
So you got to pay for it, but you're never gonna. Your life is gonna be changed forever after you do.
Yeah, honestly,
it's like getting an iPhone.
Screw Apple. Oh my goodness.
Right on it. It's not going to have the PS4 logo on it. It's just a Sony exclusive headset. So maybe that's what you're thinking about. If it's sold for the PlayStation 4, people will look at it a little weird. But the article I read when they're going to release it is basically the creators from Sony that basically work on the PlayStation 4 gaming, but they're not going to have the PS4 logo on it. It's just going to be a Sony exclusive for basically all products.
Okay, that's perfect. Now they can charge whatever they want. As long as it doesn't have that PlayStation logo on it, I think that if they did that, they'd be kind of shooting themselves in the foot, because then it'd be associated as a PlayStation video game headset by people who are not technologically savvy. But if they just market it as a standalone, product that is compatible with the PlayStation 4 and other Sony products, the Bravia TV, then I think it'd be a great idea. I think it'd work out perfectly.
I mean, that's evolution in the making for gaming. I mean, that's just going to be a big game changer for, basically the PlayStation 4. Even if, like I said, if it's not for the, the PlayStation 4 exclusively, but it's capable with the PlayStation 4, it's just going to be a really big game changer, because Xbox One has nothing like that. And that's what I'm saying. Sony's just on top of their game with it right now. They're just going for it. They're just trying to make as much money as they can, stay on the top, and that's where they want to be.
Yeah, they are crushing it right now. What I did all day today is I played the games all day that I gotten free from the PlayStation Network. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the later ones you got, Brian Rabbit?
I wish I brought it up. I have Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I've been playing that a lot today. And I was showing the kids Shadow of the Colossus, it's the HD remake that came out for the PlayStation 3. That's free on the PlayStation Store right now.
That's actually for the PS3 and not the PS4, correct?
Yeah, PS3. Yeah.
I bought that game. Kate had never played it before.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. It's still, it doesn't look like a PlayStation 3 game. It looks like a PlayStation 2 game that's like cleaned up a little bit, but it's still, it's just so immersive, and like just riding the horse around and hunting these colossi down. It's a cool game. It's just cool. And it's free on the PlayStation Network right now with a PlayStation Plus membership.
I'm trying to remember the last one. The Shadow of the Colossus, Legend of the Guardian is no.
Eco, no. Legend of the Guardian, I think is the next one.
The Last Guardian, I think.
Last Guardian, yeah.
That one's coming out, and it's been rumored that it's PS4 exclusive now, so that's going to be a big deal, man. Huge deal. Yeah. I made a video a couple days ago, guys, and I want you guys' input on this because it's something I thought about. I made this video on Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, coming out on the PS3, the Xbox 360, the PS4, and the Xbox One. And I was drawing comparisons because a video came out that showed actually in-game footage of all 4 versions of the game. And I didn't see too much, honestly, of a graphical difference between the last gen and the next gen. You had to really heavily scrutinize the image to see the greater detail of the PS4 and the Xbox One versions. I came to the conclusion that the last generation of video game consoles is currently holding back the new generation of consoles because it's almost like they're all being tethered to the like the PS4 is tethered to the PS3 and the Xbox One seems to be tethered to the Xbox 360 because they're creating games that are running on both with the same engine with graphical boost for the newer consoles. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think that's to be expected. It pretty much happens. Whoa, look at that. Pretty much happens every time we get a new console, right? Is that most of the games are still getting developed for the old console. They shoot us some up-res versions for the new stuff, but they have to still be developing for the old stuff because that's where the numbers are. That's where they're going to sell the most games. Now, I think what's interesting about this generation, though, is that the PS4 is selling so quickly that I think it may speed up development for the next gen.
Yeah, but the thing was, I was more in the mindset of, I remember when Nintendo first came out, and then when Super Nintendo came out, there were versions of the same game on both consoles, but there was a huge difference.
Yeah.
You could see, I mean, of course the tech was a lot different back then, but then
Yeah.
when you make the jump from SNES or Sega Genesis to a 32-bit console, to Dreamcast, to PlayStation, and then to from PS1 to PS2, I just feel like with the PS3 and the PS4, graphically, it's just so close. You get almost the exact same experience from either of the consoles. Like, of course, we know Assassin's Creed Black Flag looks fantastic on the next-gen consoles, but you're going to get pretty much the exact same experience on the PS3 or the Xbox 360. Same with Tomb Raider, same with Call of Duty Ghosts, same with Battlefield. Battlefield can't do the same thing. But I feel like once the developers have made it up in their minds that we're going to at least slow this down to a trickle on the old so we can really focus on the new, so we can optimize our video games for this new tech to really wow our consumers so that we can actually see a game and say, okay, that's next gen. That there is something that I know that the PS3 and the Xbox 360 can't even come close to doing. That's what I want to see. And that was what my video was about, and that's just what I believe.
It'll happen. We just gotta kind of wait till the numbers make sense, right? Once it makes more sense to release natively for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and to not even develop for the Xbox 360 because nobody's buying those games anymore, then you'll start seeing it. But you're not going to see it when there's still money on the table for the 360 and PS3. There's too big an installed base for those two consoles to abandon them. You know what I'm saying?
So did you guys go on the
Beastly?
Xbox?
I think we might have lost Beastly.
I think so. So what did you think about the digital download sales that they're having for Xbox now? They said they're testing it out, seeing if it's worth it, and now they got Rise Son of Rome for only $39. I thought that it's okay. Yeah, it's okay, but
I like that. I would like to buy Titanfall on digital only because I don't need the box sitting around. I won't be returning the game or selling the game. I want to play that for months and years to come. So to me, it just makes sense to buy the digital version of that. That way, I don't have to go searching for the disc every time I want to play it. I can just select it and go. So yeah, I like that. If you give me a cheaper price for the digital version, I'm a very happy person. If you charge me the same, but I'm not getting any of the bonus stuff like I don't know, nothing really comes in these boxes anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But you can't, like if I'm buying a single-player game and I can't return it when I finish the single-player game, I'd rather be able to sell it. I don't need to, I just finished Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and I might play through that again on hard mode, but I don't really have time to play through games twice anymore. So I'll probably just bring it back to GameStop, get my 16 cents, and move on.
It'll be 14 cents, Brian Rabbit. Only 14.
Right.
Because they rate people in there. I remember I was in GameStop by my job about 2 months ago, and I swear this guy came in there. He had about 20 games for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and he had 120 gig Xbox 360 hard drive. The guy offered him $38.
Yeah.
$38 bucks. And I looked at the guy and said, "You gonna take that?" He said, "I ain't really gonna play him anymore." I said, "I'll give you 45." And then the manager said, "You want inside my store?" I said, "Damn, son, really?"
I've had GameStop employees offer me more than GameStop is offering me.
Wow.
You know, like I'm trading in a game, and the guy will say, "Well, you know, if you trade this in, you'll get $15, and then I'll have to turn around and buy it for $25. How about I just give you $20 and we call it even?" I'm like, all right, okay. I'm sure he would have gotten fired if GameStop knew about that, and that wasn't at my local GameStop. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Let's just clean that up. Actually, that was at Walmart.
Yeah. When I say GameStop, I meant GameSpot.
Oh, so what are you playing now, Marco, on your PC?
I really like to get into Team Fortress 2. I really like that game. Have you guys played it?
Yeah, I played it years ago.
Man, I love that game. Like, it's so popular. You know, it's got its own marketplace. The 9 classes are so balanced. It's more balanced than like any games today. So I really like that. I play a lot of Gary's mod, like Trouble in Terrorist Town and that kind of stuff. I got Battlefield 4 on the PC. I also play a little bit of Counter-Strike, and I really like the custom zombies for World at War that they get on the PC. Like, the maps are just unbelievable that the people make. It's sometimes better than the Treyarch maps that they make themselves. It's just really detailed.
That's awesome. I didn't know there was a mod scene for World at War zombies.
Me neither.
That's cool.
You guys gotta check it out. It's amazing. It's huge maps, and they got like creative stuff. Like they'll give you like bot partners that you can go on the missions with and stuff. It's crazy. You guys should check it out. It's really fun.
Wow. Now, do they have? Is it possible that they have moddable maps for multiplayer? You know, you can create your own map. That'd be sick.
Yeah, there's the programs that you can create them, but I tried to use it. It was way too hard for me. But to play with other people, you usually have to have a LAN. So like you and your spouse or your brother and sister. That's how I play. I got 4 people playing.
Wow. Hey, did you guys hear about these sales numbers? You know, I had to talk about it. All right, the PlayStation 4 as of I think it was
static there, Beastly. I can't get your router. Not sure what's going on.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. You still want to hear. The PS4, as of I think they said February the 8th, hit 5.3 million consoles sold, and at the same time the Xbox One was hovering around 4 million. What do you guys think about these sales, man? Now the PS4 is approaching very quickly the sales numbers of the Nintendo Wii U. All right, which is big competition here, and the Japan release is looming on the 28th, Friday coming. What are you guys projecting as far as sales in Japan? That's a big market. It's a small place, but it's a huge market for Sony. And I'm just curious as to what you guys think is going to happen once it releases there.
It's going to blow up in Japan. I mean, those guys, I was surprised that they released in America first. I guess it makes sense, you know, because they wanted to have as much competition for the Xbox One as they could. But, I mean, Japan is their home, and to wait this long to release there just seems, oh man, crazy. They must be clamoring for it, you know?
I mean, think about it, right? That's like cooking dinner at home, and then you drive across the street to feed somebody else, and then you come back and cook another dinner for your family?
Yeah.
It's just so insane. But the people in Japan, man, I love the place. I wish I could live there. They're going to eat this thing alive, and the crazy part is, over in Japan, the Xbox does not really sell at all. I don't even think they're releasing it over there. The Japanese society, they see Microsoft as a symbol for Western imperialism. You know, and it's so bold and brash and not humble, and that's the way they see it over in Japan. These people are very into the old ways of respect and being humble, and they see that this American Western company is so different than, you know, different from their standards. And so that's why the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, they don't do well over there. So this is going to give the PlayStation 4, I am projecting, a 2 million lead over the Xbox One.
That's I mean, they've already got a huge lead over the Xbox One, and I feel like they're running away with this. I think Microsoft has to really pull a trick out of their hat if they want to stay in this race.
Do you think the Titanfall could be a big proponent or a big help?
You know, if someone were to ask me right now, like, should I buy an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, I gotta say, with all honesty, I think you should get a PlayStation 4. unless you are a major first-person shooter fan. Because I think, COD has that exclusive, so if you want to play the DLC and, you don't want to wait a month for it, COD is a better experience on Xbox One. Titanfall, I mean, it's the biggest shooter of the year, and it's coming out only on the Xbox One or the PC. You're still getting Destiny, you're still getting a lot of the multi-platform stuff. Everybody else, though, I have to say go with PS4 because you're getting better graphics, you're getting a cheaper price, it's better value. The only people I would say go with the Xbox One is if you're just a major league, first-person shooter fan.
Okay, and I gotta agree with you totally, 100% there, Brian Rabbit. What about you, Cod and Marco? What do you guys think about, the PS4 and the Xbox One as far as these sales go over in Japan? And you can also elaborate on what Brian just spoke on.
Oh. Well, for me, the reason why I bought the Xbox One is because I had the original Xbox, then I went to the 360. I'm just a fanboy of Microsoft, you can call it. That's the only reason why I bought it. When I bought it, and then I saw the PS4, the sales numbers were higher, the discounts were better, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna return this? And the only thing that stopped me from not returning my Xbox was Titanfall. Because I feel like Titanfall is not really a PC game. I feel like I have to have a controller to control. It's too fast paced for me for the PC. I'm not really that kind of more of a casual PC gamer, not a fast-paced. So yeah, yeah. So that was the only reason why. PlayStation 4 will go higher, it's their time. PS3 not so much. Nobody really paid attention to it. Xbox 360 was the higher. But now I think it's time to turn the tables. They got more tricks up their sleeve. It's a better deal altogether for PlayStation 4. But Xbox One, I'm gonna have to stay with it because I have to.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. And that's a legitimate reason for standing by your console. It's what you know. It's like if there are two parties going on, and there's one over at your friend Lisa's house, but there's one over at Stephanie's house, but Lisa, you're gonna go to Lisa to party, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Codmate, what do you think, man? What are you thinking about the Xbox One and PS4? Of course, you're a PS4 owner, so you're loving your system. And you're seeing these sales blowing up right now. What do you think is going to happen in Japan in a week when it releases?
Japan actually read an article, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago when I uploaded my video about the virtual reality headset that Sony's making. There's already people lining up out of the side of the GameStops and the retailers in Japan waiting for the PS4 to finally release. So I think as soon as it releases, we're going to at least see about 500,000 to at least 1 million sales blow up within a day or two. It's just going to be amazing. I don't know what Sony is doing this year because they haven't really changed too much. Sony's always been about attracting the gamers, staying true to the gamers. Xbox One is basically a multi-entertainment center. It's not just for the gamers. Yes, they have exclusives, but everybody knows Microsoft has contracts with everybody. That's why they get everything exclusively first, or they just have exclusives for themselves. But I don't see a big difference what Sony is doing this year, other than that the system looks a lot different. The home screen looks a little different. Other than that, it's not a really big difference. Other than FPS is slightly better than Xbox One. But other than that, people really want this console. It's a really reliable console. I was kind of off about buying it at first because people are like, oh, it crashes a lot, overheats. They've been having a lot of problems with the consoles. Obviously, I've had mine for 3 months and still haven't had no issue with it whatsoever. So honestly, when they release in Japan, Xbox One is already going to be dominated like they already are. So that's my opinion on it, and that's about it.
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marco.
Yeah, I watched your video, Beastly, and you have a good point because I checked my local Best Buy, my Future Shop, everything, local Walmart. They were all sold out on PlayStation 4. But then when you go to the Xbox One, plenty available, everything. You made a good point there. It's so hard to get even still after about 4 months after launch, 4 or 5 months after launch. So yeah.
Well,
Sony really goes to show.
Sony made a statement yesterday, and they're saying that the PS4s won't be available anymore until April. Whoa. That's how sold out they are. This came out yesterday. So, I mean, it's a big deal. Everybody seems to want this thing. But one thing that could make or break, or at least change the scope of what's going on with these consoles, is a price drop for the Xbox One. That $100, that differential between the two consoles, is a huge deciding factor. Because right now we're at an incredibly high unemployment rate. People aren't making the wages they deserve. America itself is in a very bad state of like depression when it comes to finances. There's repossessions and bankruptcy running rampant around the country, and people, they want to hold on to their money. It's like every purchase you make, you kind of grit your teeth like, I don't want to buy this because then I won't have the money anymore. And so when people are going into these retailers when they're both available and they see the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and then they see that price tag and they say, what, this is $100 cheaper? And that just comes, give me the one for $100. I mean, people don't even think about it. I think that when this new Xbox One comes out that is speculated, that's rumored to come out this year, if they give it a $399 price tag, if they make it appealing to the consumer, hopefully making it with a Blu-ray drive, because I think if they take the Blu-ray drive away, it's going to really be bad. I think it'll make some sales, but that's only for casual gamers, personally. People like, great point you made, Dave. When you said, I don't like to play a first-person shooter, a single-player game, a campaign, and keep it. Usually once I beat the campaign, I'll take it back, sell it to GameStop, get my $16 back for it, and then I'll use that and put it towards another game. If you got an Xbox One without a Blu-ray drive, those single-player experiences are going to be stuck with you, and then you know that Microsoft is going to implement the structure that they had originally envisioned for the Xbox One with this new only downloadable only console, so where you can only trade with certain people, you can't do really much with the games that you buy. So I think that would be a really bad decision. More than likely that's what is going to happen, because Microsoft itself has already come out on the record and stated that they tried to get away with creating an Xbox One that is discless. So they're going to remove that. They won't have to pay Sony anymore for the Blu-ray technology. That'll lower the cost of the consoles, and then it'll raise the return revenue, because every game that's bought on the console has to go right through Microsoft and come right to your console.
Yeah, they eliminate Best Buy and Target and everybody as potential retail partners, but that also means that why would Target try and sell this console? Why would GameStop be trying to sell this console? We're gonna start pushing out that PS4 because we're not getting anything out of the Xbox One. If we're not selling the games for it, then why should we sell the console at all?
Awesome.
So I think Microsoft would be. I think that'd be a really bad move by Microsoft at this point.
Yeah,
I think eventually it's inevitable,
Wow.
But I think it's going to happen. But the consumer is going to be what drives this. I don't think that Microsoft can push this. I think it'd be a really bad decision because it's just going to hurt them in the long run.
Now, Brian Rabbit, you just said something I've never heard anyone say, and you guys know when you hear something that's truth, it's like someone taking a metal baseball bat and hitting you upside the head with it. That's absolutely perfectly true, that they would have no motivation to move these consoles because there is no return revenue. Once it goes out the door, they're only going to make a little bit of change on it, and then they won't see anything else for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, wow. That's awesome, man.
We have somebody watching, and Robbie Field says, can't wait to be past these previous gen limitations for good.
Absolutely. Me too. I'm really looking forward to it, but it's not going to happen right away.
No, it's going to take at least
2 years.
Year or two. Yeah.
2 years until it's actually, I believe, slow to a trickle, because it is about money. As much as we want to believe that Sony is all about the gamer, if they're all about the gamer, they just say, hey, look, we're going to donate everybody a PlayStation 4 because we care about the gamer. It's about revenue. It's about overhead. And that PlayStation 3 and that Xbox 360, there are millions upon millions upon millions of them in circulation, and a lot of people can't afford these new consoles. A lot of people have to wait till Christmas of 2014, until their birthday of 2015. These dates have already been given to them by parents. Yeah. So in the meantime, they've got to hold down the fort and play on these last-gen consoles, and these companies know this, so they're going to continue to push them out. You got a game coming out on PS4. It's going to be on the PS3. It's not going to be as good, but it'll be good enough for those who have to wait until their date, until their date of graduation to the new console. So I'm thinking maybe 2 years, two and a half, maybe. Go ahead.
Just like I told you guys, I waited outside of Best Buy for 18 hours in December just to get a PlayStation 4 because that was the last shipment coming in the whole state of Florida. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be first in line, and I was the first one. And we had like 7 people online that night, and around 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, that's when people started showing up. We had one person there for the Xbox One. Only one. And
Really?
Yep, one person out of 36 people that were in line.
And that one person, they were just there to make their payment? What were they there for?
They were there to pick up the shipment that was coming in for the Xbox One.
But didn't that come, I mean, when did you get your PS4? Did you get it at release?
December, he said.
No.
Oh, December.
I got mine December 8th.
Now,
And,
were you able to get yours for free?
No. I wasn't able to get mine for free like you.
I got mine from GameStop, and actually when the E3 press conferences last summer were happening, that's what I did. Is they announced it, I drove right over to GameStop, and I put down my pre-order for the Xbox One. The next day, Sony did their press conference, and I was back. The guys at GameStop knew exactly what I was there for.
I mean, it had to be nice, you know. I've frequented the company of many GameStop managers. I'm pretty sure they love you, Brian Rabbit. As soon as
They know me when I walk in that door.
So okay, he's coming for that Ouya. Go ahead and grab him one.
I got one of those.
Oh, man, that's something that we've never talked about. It's something that I wanted to get because Nova. If you guys saw Nova's little tablet review, that's actually her tablet. She loves her tablet. She takes it everywhere she goes. She's right now suffering with allergies. Her little eyes swell up, look like little plums. But she loves her Android games, and she downloads constantly. She's 3 years old, but she goes into the settings of her Android, and she changes themes and does all this stuff. Is that Ouya worth it for someone like Nova's age? What do you think, Brian?
No, that thing's garbage. It really is. They have a newer version coming out. If it's not out already, but I mean, it's like the hardware is no good. The controller sucks. It doesn't communicate with the console correctly. You actually have to tip the console on its side to get decent connection with the controller. It's not a good experience. There's one game that's like good for it, and everything else just feels like a phone game, you know?
Wow. Okay.
It's not a good experience.
Okay. Since you just told me about the Xbox One, tell me about the Ouya. No, I'm just messing around.
I remember actually buying it when I was at GameStop buying it. I wasn't there for the Ouya, and I just kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, it'll make a good video. I can, talk about the Ouya a little bit and see, what I think of it. And man, I plugged that thing in. I downloaded a few games for it, and I was not impressed. Those guys at GameStop, though, they see me coming. They know exactly what's brand new in the store. Here's what they sold me yesterday. Yesterday, we got haircuts at the place next door. And they saw me come in, and they're like, ooh, we got a new PlayStation grip that you got to buy. And, oh, don't forget about these gel tabs.
Oh, my God.
And, oh, for your Xbox One controller, you got to get these little grippets here. So those guys see me coming.
I'm gonna have to send you a defensive buying strategy guide, okay?
You know what it is, though, is that when I bring these things home, and I can try them out. If I like them, I'll let people know about them. I don't feel like it's wasted money, because if I make a purchase like this and I tell 1,000 people that it was a bad purchase, then
you can save them money and at the same time build their trust.
Yeah. So I don't really see it as a waste of money. It would be a waste of money if I was doing this with no purpose, but it's kind of fun too.
Hey, Codmade Player, what bar are you at right now?
Oh, I'm at the house bar right now.
He took that bottle all the way back. Oh yeah, I was actually considering heavily getting the Ouya when I first heard about it. Yeah. But then I started to hear so much mixed reviews. I actually saw your Ouya, Brian Rabbit, before you knew who I was. I was like, this thing is kind of iffy. Yeah. I don't know if it's something I want to spend too much money on.
It's only like $100, so it's almost like an impulse buy.
It's $80 now.
It's $80?
Yeah, you said there's a new version of it coming out?
Yeah, it's got more memory, I think. I think that's the only difference. It's a different color, yeah. I think they might have... They changed the controller a little bit. But the worst thing about it is that controller. It's not a comfortable controller, and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it looks very uncomfortable. It doesn't look like it's arrow. It doesn't look like it conforms to your hands at all.
Yeah.
It looks like you're holding like the CD Discman or something in your hand, with the big battery compartment in the back. It just looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and the way it, like, you got to pry it apart to get the batteries out. I don't know. It's designed by like monkeys. I don't like it. You know what I do like though, which is kind of a similar concept, is the NVIDIA Shield. I think that is a really cool device.
Hold on, I'm catching a contact from COD Made Player's beer there. Yeah, that NVIDIA Shield, that's the tablet with the controller, correct?
Yeah, and it looks like a real controller. It also, not only can it play like Android games,
it plays
like
full-fledged PC games, right?
Yeah, it actually hooks up to your PC through your network, and you can control your PC with it, which is, I think it's really cool. I think I'm gonna grab one of those. No, it's like $250.
No, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if it's the same one that I saw, but the one that I saw was extremely, very powerful. It could play like high-end PC games on it. I'm thinking the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking it up right now. I think it's $250.
Oh, it must have. I'm thinking that the price may have dropped, because I know when it first came out, I was like, well, hell no. At least I can download a picture of it,
Yeah, it's $250 on Amazon. I guess it looks like it's been discounted $50.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it basically looks like an Xbox controller with a screen kind of strangely attached to the top of it.
Speaking of that, do you think there will ever be a day? This is kind of an out there question. I remember when the PSP first came out, the PlayStation Portable. Do you think Microsoft will ever get into the handheld space? Probably not.
Nah, I don't think it makes any sense for them to do that.
No, they got the phones and everything. I think I mentioned that in the last episode we did.
Yeah.
I was talking about Microsoft coming out with a handheld, which they never have. I think I'd bring up sales, but they got Windows 8 and all that. They got basically cell phones and all that. They're not worried about a handheld. They think they make enough money, period. So they're not going to waste their money on making something, and hopefully it gets, sales.
They get their money predominantly through software. I mean, there's been rumblings of them selling off their whole Xbox division. I think it'd be a terrible idea. But
were they talking about doing that with Amazon? Amazon's wanting to buy them out?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know Amazon bought one of the developers. I'm trying to remember the developer who created. Now it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think about it. Amazon's opening up its own video game division, and they're buying up video game developers, really good developers too, that are going to be developing games for their Amazon system that's coming out. So
they got a system coming out?
Yeah, it's going to be like an Android-based. It's going to be like an
Android-based system. Yeah, it'll be like an Ouya.
So it's not going to be anything like really important.
I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it'll definitely be better than the Ouya because it's not a Kickstarter. Amazon is a huge company that's able to.
I was going to feel like this is not going to be nothing like the PS4,
Definitely not, sir.
What it comes down to is if they create games that you just got to get, though, you're going to get the console anyway. It doesn't matter what it looks like or who makes it. If they have games on there that really speak to you, and I could actually see Amazon. Amazon does a lot of cool stuff. Their Prime service is phenomenal. You get like all the free movies you can watch, like kind of like Netflix. You get free delivery to your house. That's like a no-brainer. Every time that Prime subscription comes up, I'm like, yeah, pay it.
Maybe for you guys in the States it's better, but for Canada, Amazon is like the second thing to go to. It's usually eBay, because
oh, really?
Amazon's actually more expensive than the stuff in the store. I don't know, shipping for us, like you buy like a $10 item, then there's $15 shipping, and it's not like you guys are like cheap shipping. For Canada, Amazon is not as good as the States. I look at you guys' website, I'm like, like .com, and then I get all bummed out.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I used to live in Canada. I lived in Quebec.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you live in Quebec. Okay, well since we're all talking about Canada, because isn't that a boot?
That's offensive, sir.
No,
how dare you, Beastly?
I want the Canadians to feel comfortable. Okay. Look, I've never in my life bought anything on Amazon. I only shop on eBay. Never. I think I may have an Amazon account because I browsed, but I do eBay buying just about every day. I got so much stuff coming here now. I've never in my life bought anything from Amazon.
My little side job, I bought my tattoo equipment from there. That's how I get my little money on the side to do tattoos.
I got a tattoo from Amazon.
Dude, I buy everything from Amazon. I buy pencils. I buy everything.
Pencils?
If it crosses my mind, I just order it and it'll be here in 2 days.
Yeah, everything I buy. I mean, look, I got stuff sitting up here, HDMI. Everything I buy comes directly from eBay, and it takes 2 or 3 days usually if I get it from the closest seller. But I mean, give me a reason why Amazon's better than eBay.
I just don't feel like
Amazon Prime is awesome. Okay, here's why. Because Amazon Prime, you pay them $80 a month or $80 a year.
Oh, I was about to say 80 a month. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. $80 a year, and then for the rest of that year, you never think about paying shipping for anything. Doesn't matter if you order a TV or a pencil.
Really?
That thing shows up at your house in 2 days for free. You pay the price of the pencil or the TV, but you don't pay for any shipping. Also, you get all their Prime services, online services, which are pretty cool. They have a movie service very similar to Netflix, which it's just a freebie. It's a nice add-on. And I assume if they kind of do some kind of video game service, we might see something like that be included with Prime as well.
Holy crap! Okay, because my TV has an app on it, this big 60-inch LED. It has the Amazon app, so if I get Amazon Prime, more than likely I'll have access to all those Amazon movies.
Well, you see, I'm a forgetful kind of person, right? Like, if I run out of, let's say I run out of toilet paper, as soon as I leave that bathroom, I have totally forgotten that we're out of toilet paper.
And then you go to newspaper.
Yeah. So, but if I walk directly to my computer and just click buy toilet paper, please have it sent to my house, it'll just show up. I don't have to make a special trip out to the local pharmacy to get toilet paper. It just shows up.
So
stuff like that
you
is
get
just
stuff,
so convenient.
You can get stuff like that from Amazon?
Yeah, you can get anything.
Okay, so question, Briar Rabbit. When you run out of toilet paper, do you hold it for the 2 days it takes for it to come?
No, I go to McDonald's.
Oh. I guess they know you just like GameStop, don't they?
What up, Brian?
This fucking guy again.
Just gonna use little,
Oh man.
No, I can't tell you. You need something stupid like this, right? I wanted a headphone stand. I ordered it from Amazon. It just showed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out because I guess I'm part Canadian. I've only bought things from eBay my entire life. Never done any Amazon purchasing. I got a question for you guys. You guys are aware of this Irrational Games laying off 99% of their employees, right?
Yeah. Ken Levine is still there.
Yeah, him and 15 other employees. There's about 15 employees, and he said that they were downsizing so that they could focus on more narrative-driven, story-based gaming. And I'm thinking kind of like Telltale Games, maybe, right?
Yeah. So these guys are the guys who developed BioShock and most recently BioShock Infinite.
Infinite, yeah.
And I mean, this game studio does good work. I mean, everybody can see that from what they've done. So it's really shocking to see them get laid off. Ken Levine kind of put out a statement that said, this isn't the kind of thing I want to do anymore. I'm really sorry to the people who are part of Irrational Games and to their family. But, I mean, I don't really blame him on him to provide these people their living,
Yeah. I just feel like, personally, if I worked there, I'd be extremely pissed at him because I'm like, okay, if you don't want to do this anymore, you can step down and let somebody else take over. But I'm pretty sure that games like BioShock Infinite, which generated over $1 billion in revenue, games like this can be extremely foreboding and burdening to make.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes an extremely long cycle to create a game like this, to develop it, to come up with stories, do the animation, voice act, all this stuff. And after doing one, I'd probably feel like it was my life's work. And so more than likely, after doing games like Shell Shock, BioShock, BioShock Infinite, he might be burnt out. But I got a question because I am a PlayStation Vita owner. What's going to happen to, now that this layoff is taking place, I'm curious if Borderlands 2, because I know that this studio had a lot to do with Borderlands 2 on the PlayStation Vita. So they were in developing this game for the Vita, and I'm wondering if that game is in limbo or not, or if it'll go over to 2K like BioShock. It's just
Hopefully,
that's something I was really looking forward to for the Vita.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice fit for the Vita because you can play that game in small chunks, or you can sit there for a long time. It's a friendly game to play on a portable system.
It's tons of meat and potatoes in that game. I mean, you don't have to play with anybody, and you can play that game for hours and hours and hundreds of hours and still have things to do. So, yeah. I mean, I think that was a great move for the Vita, and now it's kind of in limbo. That's something I was looking forward to this year, and I guess only time will tell.
Yeah. I'm not trying to interrupt anybody, but I know Beastly a while ago when I first found your channel, because you're the one that inspired me to start my channel, to be honest.
Thank you.
I noticed your remote play for the PlayStation Vita. I wonder if the capability changed for that, because also I've downloaded this app that I can get remote play on my tablet. So I was wondering if the remote play from the PlayStation Vita has changed at all from what you posted last time.
Well, I posted that probably about
like
2.5 months,
2-3 months ago. Yeah.
I haven't done any remote play since, and the reason why, I don't think there's anything wrong with remote play, but for me, it's at the time, especially for what it was doing then, was very useless because it still is like playing it on a TV. It really doesn't change your experience. Yeah. The system's still doing the same thing it would be normally doing. You still would see the game going on your television. All that would have to be hooked up. So I don't know if they created maybe a patch or an update to the remote play. I'll have to look into that. But my video on it really laid out the reasons why I thought it was a nice feature if you wanted to show off what the PS4 and the Vita could do when you combine the two. But by itself, especially if you're at home by yourself, unless you want to disconnect your TV from your PS4 and maybe go play in another room, you have to be so close to the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
There's latency issues. The further you get away, it's usually like, you got to be, I would guess,
I think it was
30,
like 15 feet.
Oh,
you guys are talking about playing a PlayStation 4 game on your Vita?
Yeah.
Yeah, the screenplay of it, yeah.
Yeah, the remote play. Have you dabbled in that at all, Brian Rabbit?
Yeah, I tried to play COD once. It didn't work out.
Latency, huh? It was kind of like
there was latency. Also, that controller is not exactly as sensitive enough for a fast-action multiplayer shooter. I got stomped on. I don't even think I got a kill.
Wow, that's like me on the 60-inch.
I had a question for you, Brian Rabbit. When are you going to start doing the live streams again for the Twitch?
I got to start doing that soon. I've been so busy, but now that the basketball season is over, I'll have more time on the weekends, so I'll probably be able to do it more.
And Beastly Gamer, what about you, man? Because I remember that's where I found you, and that's when you inspired me for my channel.
I don't think I've done Twitch since you and I met. It's something that I want to do. I really want to do it with my PC games. I'm actually doing a Let's Play right now of The Last of Us Left Behind, the DLC. I was actually encoding that, rendering it when we started the show today, but I went on and canceled it because I did not want that to interfere with the power of the PC.
Yeah.
I didn't want to disappear like I did last week. I was so... you guys have no idea how frustrated I was last week. I didn't even put that video on my channel because I was so frustrated with myself because my internet was so bad. I had to call the AT&T guy. Well, Kate called him. He came out and he looked around and he said, "You guys have the wrong modem. That's why."
Yeah, I remember you apologized so much.
You guys gave me the modem, and I was really upset. I called the following day and I told them the reason I was so upset with the tech was because I did a show, a weekly show that I do with my buddies, and I was the odd man out. And I don't like being odd. I'll go out sometime, but I don't like being odd.
Yeah. I was saying because, like, I don't know if it goes for anybody else, but, like I said several times, you inspired me to start my channel. And I know that one time I had that one video that was like, it seemed like I was kind of, like, pissed off at my subscribers because I lost a few. I remember you mentioned me like for about 5 minutes in your video just talking about me, and it kind of opened up my eyes. I mean, I was at a bad point at that time, and I'm at 20 subscribers. When I started my channel after I seen you on live stream on Twitch on the PlayStation 4, I never even thought I'd get one. Just to have 20 is just amazing. I don't care if people think like, oh, he's got 20, like forget him or whatever. I was like, I just think about it like Beastly. I seen him. I just asked him to check out my channel. He's like, yeah, you and your wife both checked me out. You know, I'm so grateful for that. You know, you guys just inspired me, just kept me going. Beastly's always been there to support me. I mean, I love you, man. I really don't know you personally other than over, you know, the webcam, but like honestly, man, you just inspired me so much just to keep going. You mentioning me in your videos is just, it just hits me in the soul, man. It's just amazing that you actually care so much for somebody that you don't know, and that you could just do that for so many other people. Like if you just do it, your Twitch, PlayStation 4, and because I know there's other guys like me on there, the beginners, and you could just inspire so many people. I mean, like you don't have that many subscribers either, but you're just so an upright person that you don't care. You're just trying to help everybody, and it's just so amazing. You know, I love you, Beastly. I hope you keep doing what you're doing, and thank you, man, for inspiring me to do what I do.
Wow, man, you're gonna make me cry up here.
Hell yeah, man.
I ain't gonna cry though. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. What you say? I love you too, man. God, I love all you guys. Marco, you guys are all Briar Rabbit. You are I'm COD-made player, and you're my Beastly Gamer. You know, who would we be if we couldn't lean on each other from time to time, guys? What kind of world we live in if we didn't have someone to be there for us in our times of need? You know, I'm not a big YouTuber. I love doing what I do, and I try to be a positive person. And if ever anybody needs anything, that touched my heart, COD-made. It makes me feel like I did my duty. I did the best that I could, and it meant something. So thank you so much for allowing me to, affect you in a positive way.
Well, no
Thank
problem,
you.
man. Like I did a live stream not too long ago. I know you didn't catch it or anything, but you know I tried to do it. It was funny because I had like 90 subscribers. Well, not subscribers, viewers on the PlayStation Network, and they were all just talking that trash or whatever. It just made me feel crap about my channel because they're actually checking out my channel. My views went up so much in my for my video uploads, and at that time it was just like, oh my god, you're like, yeah, I guess I do post crappy quality. I'm not good. I'm boring, whatever. And then you posted that video, and it was like, you know what? Forget them. Do what I do. Keep on what I do, and then maybe I'll become something. And for like I said, I only have 20 subscribers, but maybe I'll get there eventually. And I know my quality's not crap. I view it on a daily basis. I know it's just like everybody else's.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'll get there eventually. Maybe I need to change my titles of how I post things. But it was just that day I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to live stream for everybody. And I just got so much hate. It just made me feel bad inside. I was like, oh my god, like holy crap, I'm really that bad.
Let me tell you something. Any attention or any publicity is good publicity. Don't ever forget that.
That's true.
If people are talking smack, then you say, well, fuck you, check out my channel, and I'll say it again. They're like, really? Well, fuck you then. Let me
did you watch the ad before you told me to fuck off?
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're not talked about, you're not thought about. And no one person on earth is going to attract everybody.
Nope.
You can't. What you have to do is attract who you can. There's nothing wrong with change. Sometimes it's really hard to change because we become complacent. We're so used to doing the same thing all the time. And once you decide to step outside of that realm of being comfortable and try something different, you can try something different every week just to see how it goes.
When you first start a channel, nobody's going to watch it. It's just how it is. You're not going to get any viewers.
Thanks for warning me.
Yeah, don't. And you should use that time. You can use that time to kind of like figure out what you want to do. Try
hone your skill. Yeah.
If you like Drifter's videos, make an in-depth video. Just copy his stuff. If you like Woody's Gamer Hit Tag, just make a Woody type video. Just try all these things. Find your voice. This is the kind of thing that I like to do. I didn't like doing this too much. Maybe doing like a Drifter type video. It was too much research, and you didn't like reading from a script. But you really like talking from your heart. You like doing something like maybe what Thunder 402 likes to do. You can try all sorts of different things, and eventually you kind of find your voice. And once you start finding your voice, you also start finding people who like that voice.
Yeah, they agree with that voice.
Yeah, and then I heard Boogie2988. You guys know Boogie?
Yeah.
He's a huge YouTuber. He once said that making videos is like putting Dixie cups out to catch rain, right? It's like if you only have 40 Dixie cups out there catching rain, you're not gonna catch much rain. But once you have 1,000 Dixie cups out there, you're gonna catch a lot of rain, and that's just how videos are with catching views. when you have 20 videos out, you know, you're just not going to get that many views because you don't have this like net that's catching all these people. Once you have 100, you catch a little more. Once you have 200, you catch a little more. Once you have 1,000, and that's more than I have. Is you just start catching more and more views. People start finding you, but right at the beginning, it's almost no stakes at that point, right? It's like, who cares what people say because you don't even know what you want to do yet. You know, you're just finding yourself. You're finding what you want to be and what you want to say, and it's like it's low stakes. So I think that everybody here is actually really good. Everybody's been, you know, what attracted me to Beastly Gamer right at the beginning was his positivity. Same deal with Marco. I saw him in the comments all the time, positivity, and just, you know, I just enjoy that kind of thing. When I choose to be around people, I choose to be around people like that, you know. And same with you, Cod. Is like, you know, you come on here, you're a productive member of the show, and you're positive. You don't get down on things, and that's what the internet can do to you, right? Is it gets, you know, people can start yelling at you and telling you you're no good. Well, screw those guys. You know, they're telling you you're no good by commenting on a video. They're not creating anything. They're not. You know, they're not doing anything. So what valid opinion is that? It's not even worth. As soon as I see comments like that, those people are blocked. I don't never want to hear from them again.
Yeah, well, like you and Beastly Gamer, like you guys really inspired me. Like I'm so glad you guys invited me to be on this show. You know, it's really opened it up to me being a commentator because you know that's the main thing about being a YouTuber. When you're doing your videos, you got to be a really good commentator. You got to be right there to the punch. And actually, since I've been YouTubing with you guys doing the live stream and everything, I've gained about 10 subscribers. So, you know, I've actually feel like I've gained something from, you know, meeting you guys, seeing you guys on here, and I love doing this show with you guys because when you guys click, you guys are the most amazing, funny guys ever. Like I said in my video earlier today, you know, I was talking about us doing the stream, and I was like, you know, it's just not a group of guys being around over a camera being bored. It's about all of us getting together, laughing, having a good time, talking about what's going on in the gaming community, having a good experience about it, everybody knowing what's going on together and just not being bored about it. You know, we're not in school, we're not being those zombies, you know, that you see behind the desk just talking their heads off with nothing behind it. You know, we have that love, we have that emotion, we have everything behind it that we need to prove ourselves that we're the actual gamers. We're where we need to be, where we want to be, and that's where we want to stay.
Yeah, like when you see a small YouTuber, you know, he's got like, I don't know, 15 views, and you know, if it takes you a couple minutes to write a nice comment, it would make their whole day, and then they get inspired to make more better videos.
Hell
and then when
yeah,
you start to
that's
see
true.
like, and then they see like, when I think of 10 subscribers or 15 or 20, you just imagine 20 people in the room liking what you do. It's just amazing, even a couple people. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as soon as I saw your channel, Marco, I went straight there and subscribe. Click. Let's use the power of intention today, guys, because we are a family. We don't know each other. We don't hold hands, but we are all like-minded individuals. We all have positivity flowing through our veins, and we get together every week and talk about what we love. So let's use some intention. I want to see how many of our viewers today will go around and subscribe to the other guy. You know, it only takes a second out of your day. Let's see if anyone's willing to do that to make someone's day. Now, I'm going to let you guys know, I'm at 199 subscribers, baby.
I just unsubbed. You're 198.
Damn it.
Oh no, we lost him.
I'm at 199, and it really makes my day to actually have that amount of people who are enjoying my content and leaving positive feedback and just being there. Like, Marco, you were there when I had 15 subscribers. You were there. I mean, that was my story. And I didn't think that anyone even cared. At first, I didn't have my Elgato. I didn't have any good sound audio. If you guys look back at my Beyond Two Souls footage, I just put my Sony Handycam in front of the TV, hit the record, and started talking behind the camera.
Yeah.
But that was me giving all I had, you know? And
Yeah.
But over time, that positivity, that reaching out from the subs, hey, look, patting you on your shoulder, keep up the good work. It turns into something. It resonates with you, and it pushes you to do the best you can. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. I love doing this. You know, Briar Rabbit, you're the man. You know, you inspire me. And I actually did what you said, Briar Rabbit. I took aspects of a few of the YouTubers that I watched. I took I took Woody's gamer tag. I love when he does Mail Monday. I love it. I love when he talks about, he interacts with his subscribers. And
yeah,
so,
that's one of the saddest stories on the internet to me right now, is the fact that he doesn't make any videos anymore.
What do you mean?
He stopped making videos. The only videos he ever makes anymore, he does live streaming on Twitch, but he doesn't make videos anymore. He uploads Painkiller Already once a week.
Painkiller Already, yeah.
Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah, he just got sick of the hate, I think.
But he had a million subscribers, over 1 million.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess he did well enough then. Jeez, I would have stopped. You can keep hating me, but well,
I don't know. I've never been in his position, so I can't really relate. I'm lucky that my channel seems.
Like, I'm sorry.
On my channel, it's like I get all this love and support, but you go look at bigger YouTube channels, and it's a different thing. It's a lot more people who don't really like the content they're seeing, and they complain vigorously about it. And when you see 100 comments that just tell you how much you suck on a daily basis, I gotta imagine that's gonna affect you.
Well, let me talk a little bit on this. I think I may know why, or I know maybe a part of what happened here. When I first stumbled across Woody's gamer tag, he was doing nothing but Call of Duty, and it was epic, amazing footage. I loved it. And that's how I found you, because I started searching Black Ops 2 gameplay, and then I found your video. I was like, this guy is just like Woody. Let me go ahead and subscribe to him. He's got some stuff to talk about too, right? And I love that fast pace. These guys are excellent at this game. Their hand-eye coordination is awesome. And then Woody, he started getting into Minecraft, and that's just not my cup of tea. Yeah. And a lot of people, I never left him any negative comment, because I think that thoughts are things. A thought can turn into something else, and it can be projected into reality. So I like to leave positivity everywhere I am. But I'm not into Minecraft, I'm in my mid-30s. If I'm going to play a game, it's going to be visceral, and it's going to be hardcore, and it's going to be, shoot 'em up, teeth flying out of their mouths and the bullets go through their head. And Minecraft kind of turned me off a little bit. That's why I didn't know that Woody had even stopped doing videos, because for a while, that's what I saw predominantly on his channel was Minecraft. I'm like, I got to listen to Mail Monday with this crap. I'm still going to listen. But it's probably been a few months since I even stumbled on his page, because that Minecraft, it threw me off so much from what really drew me to him. It's like attracting somebody with a cheeseburger, and then you lock them inside your house and you feed them a salad. That's really what it is, And I think that may have had some kind of effect on what happened with Woody's gamer tag.
Well, that's what I was saying about me too. All that negative feedback kind of actually gets on you after a while. If you actually think about it.
Yeah, and you say you hear a lot of people say just don't read the comments, but this is a social network. YouTube is not just about sharing your videos. It's a social network, and not getting into the comments. I feel guilty if I don't get into the comments for 2 days.
Yeah, you gotta read what your viewers are saying, even if they're bad. You're still gonna come across of whatever the little shit talkers are saying, or whatever you want to call them. You might have the good, you might have the bad. Just like Marco, actually, like I said earlier in the video, I feel so loyal that he actually subscribed to me after just seeing you off of your guys' live stream. And it's just so amazing to me. I'm actually going to subscribe to him to help him out too. Thanks. Not because I just don't know him, but to give him that support that he gave me back. But after a time, when you got all these people, you remember Beastly, you commented on that one video I uploaded, the shit talking subscriber.
Yeah.
Remember that young girl? She actually subscribed to me after seeing me on your guys' first live stream, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are amazing, but COD Made players boring." And I was like, then why did you subscribe to me? Because Beastly sent you to my channel. Doesn't mean you have to subscribe. If you don't like my content, then don't subscribe and then just talk shit about me on my videos. It's just pointless. You didn't have to come here at all. I just thought it was really weird, and it just really got to me, and it just kind of ticked me off a little bit. I didn't really make a bad video. I was just kind of proving the point there that why did you come here just because someone else sent you? If you like my content, then you subscribe. If you don't, then don't even bother.
Let me put something in perspective. This will apply to everybody. When you're dealing with people, always remember any interaction with another human being is always a thing of control. And what I mean by that is, if a person can say something to you, type you a message, it's nothing but hate. You fucking suck. You got killed more times than you killed anybody. I'll never watch your video again. Go kill yourself. Your mother's a whore. You know, they're going off on you, telling you all this crap. And then you later on, you're really affected by that. You're like, oh, wow, these people are really negative and mean assholes. You know, and then that person later on that day has completely forgot about you.
Oh, yeah, and you're still stewing on it.
They've affected you. You cannot let people affect you. I mean, people are going to hate. Haters are going to hate. That's what people. Some people do it as a living. You know, they go around. They see hey, this guy looks happy. Let me see if I can fuck him up. You know, you got to be able to weed out the crap. You know, and sometimes, especially being a YouTuber, you're going to get it. I'm going to get it. You're going to get it. God, Brian Rabbit, you're going to get it. I mean, all good things come to an end, Brian Rabbit. Maybe I'll leave a bad comment today.
I know. I don't want to talk about it, right?
Yeah, he's like knock on some wood somewhere.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to make a video, you know, of have like Jan play Call of Duty. My fiance play Call of Duty. She's terrible, right? She doesn't know what the buttons are on a controller. She never plays video games. And upload it and just like pretend it's just a normal gameplay just to see what happens, you know? Because it's really hard going like 0 and like 30, right? Just getting stomped. And I always thought it'd be kind of like a funny thing to do. But just not talk about it at all, right? Don't upload the video. Have a regular commentary over it. You know, hey guys, this is Brian Rabbit. Just I wanted to upload this Beast gameplay, you know, something like that, right? But in the background, it's just somebody getting absolutely stomped on.
Oh God.
But that'd be an awesome thing to do, though, because you can actually view that paradigm of negativity, you know, on YouTube videos. That'd be the next video. You could upload the next one of you destroying people and talking about the reaction of your subscribers when Jan was doing her thing out there.
You guys really made Jan feel bad. I tried to feature her gameplay.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Brian, I saw your video that you posted yesterday about the Titanfall.
Yeah.
About the withdrawal. Oh man, I was howling. How did you even think about that?
I was worried that video wouldn't go over well. I didn't know how. You know, when you think of something yourself, you always think, oh, you start chuckling to yourself and you think it's funny in your own head. But then when you share it to the world, you never really know if it's going to be funny or not. But I'm glad people seem to like it.
Yeah, it was
I loved it, dude. Like, I couldn't even finish watching it. It was so hilarious. You know, I had to stop it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe Briar's doing this.
Getting close to the camera at the end.
Oh, yeah. And then your wife came on. I was like, oh my God, it's almost so serious right now.
Yeah, we got that idea a few days ago, so I didn't shave for like I think 3 or 4 weeks, just like, and then I shot the whole video in reverse. So like the first scene that I shot was like the last scene in the video. So I got like a full beard. I had my hair was all messed up, and then the second one I took a shower, but I think I shaved, and then I actually went and got a haircut. So the first scene was with a haircut.
Damn it! I have not seen this video. I feel I'm the odd man out again. I was getting furniture all day yesterday. Damn it! I gotta check this out. This sounds incredibly fun. So.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Me and Jan were having a good time shooting it.
Did you guys
see the game? Watching it, like, oh my God.
So does Jan? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said go ahead, boy.
I was gonna change topics for a second, so you can
go ahead.
All right. Did you guys see about Thief that's coming out on February 25th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's coming out, but I don't know much about it. Have you heard anything as far as quality goes?
It looks incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 900p on Xbox and 1080p on PS4. That's what they were talking about.
Okay. So the game is going to be, what I heard is it is compared to like Deus Ex, where you'll be able to play it in 2 different ways. You can play it like action, or you can sneak around. You have that opportunity, though. Is that true?
Yeah. That's what I heard too, but kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed. You guys see the trailer? Right?
No, I didn't.
Thief. It just as soon as I see it,
I've been seeing people play the beta.
You see it?
Yeah, I've been seeing people play the beta on Twitch live stream, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, it looks good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Because I just finished up Tomb Raider, so I'm ready for a new game.
I got a question though. Okay, I was watching a video on Broken Games HD's channel, and he was talking about the fact that Microsoft now is omitting the resolution on the back of their games, like the 1080p, 720p,
really
900p. Yeah,
really?
They're moving in that direction where they don't want people to know what their resolution is. And it's
because they know PS4 is dominating them right now.
They have got to. I mean, seriously, guys. They have got to do something to bridge this gap. Now, I don't think the hardware will ever, be as good as the PS4 unless they completely rebuild or change out, particular parts of the actual console. But
well, everybody knows when like PS4 and Xbox, there's always that next gen kind of in a way where they fix their defaults and the bugs and they make the system look more attractive. I think that's where they're gonna go. Like next year or the year after that, they're going to make the Xbox One look sexier and less bugs and all that. And same with the PS4. It's just going to be, not trying to, interrupt you, Beastly Gamer, but saying, they've always done that with the PS4 and the Xbox. It's just going to look a little bit different, and there's going to be less bugs.
Yeah, they're talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marco. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like Rise, they said that that was the best looking game on both consoles. But what they did was they blurred the background. They made these necessary changes that made it look like it was a great 1080p experience. So that's what I want them to do for the future.
It's selective focusing. It's just, to me, it's amazing that Microsoft, with the background they have with the Xbox 360, one of the most popular game consoles of all time, with the background they have. How is it possible that they let Sony get this kind of jump on them in tech? To me, it seems like you'd have Centuries going out, finding out what your competition's doing next. They both knew that one another were coming out with next-gen consoles right around the same time. It seems for me hard to believe that a company like Microsoft would let Sony completely dominate as far as hardware to the point where every multi-plat is infinitely better on the PS4. Now, some of them you might not be able to tell as easily, but when you're talking about 30 frames per second versus 60 frames or 720 versus 1080, some of these games is going to be pretty noticeable. And it's just amazing to me, in general, that they let this kind of jump take place. I'm totally astounded. It mind boggles me that Microsoft actually let that happen.
Yeah, that is surprising.
I mean, they have such a huge history, with the Xbox 360, especially with the tech of the 360, how easy it was to develop the games for the console. They had this shit on lock, basically.
I just don't think it matters that much, though. It makes for headlines, but when you get your Xbox One game home and you're playing it, it looks awesome. Like, what do you care what the PlayStation 4 version looks like? I don't think it matters that much. They're both really powerful consoles. I think that Microsoft may have focused on kind of making this more of a media experience than what core gamers really want. But when they're selling this thing to, mom and pop, they don't care. They're going to bring it home. Little Johnny's going to be happy with the games he's got. He's going to be happy with Titanfall. He's going to be happy with Call of Duty Ghosts. He's going to be happy with Need for Speed Rivals. Dead Rising 3. Like, I just don't think it matters. I think this kind of comparison between the two consoles really only matters to us.
Next gen. Everybody was ready for the best quality they could get, best resolution that they can get from the last gen. If PS4 is already up here and Xbox One is still down here, Xbox One is still at Xbox 360 level. What is the point of buying an next gen console if they're still at the level that Xbox 360 was at? There's no point of spending that $500 just to boost up to the same level that they're already at. That's what people are looking at. It's still a multi, entertainment center, but still, most of the people that bought the Xbox were for the gaming. They don't want something that's a multi-entertainment. They want that gaming level. They don't want that low-level resolution when you can just go over to the PlayStation 4 and get that high resolution that you're already at for completely gaming. But you can still get Blu-ray, you can still get Netflix, you can still get Hulu Plus, you can still get all that. It's just not Windows 8 compatible. There's no point for it. PlayStation 4 is still basically a multimedia entertainment center. It just doesn't have the same setup as the Xbox One has. So that's where they mess themselves up at.
Look, now I gotta say there's two PS4 guys and two Xbox One guys. What he said. No, let me clarify what I mean, because Brian Rabbit, I do totally agree to a point with what you're saying. When it comes down to the games, when the consumer gets home and they open up, they're playing Rise, they're playing Forza, they're playing Dead Rising 3. They're playing these games. Of course, they're going to look great. they're going to enjoy them, and the last thing they're going to be thinking about is what the PS4 looks like. If you're playing Call of Duty on the Xbox One, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be the same speed, the same frames per second. It's going to look great at 720p on your big 1080p TV. It's going to look good. There's no doubt about that. But the thing that I'm talking about that I'm astounded they let them get the jump over, that Sony let them get that kind of lead over, was the fact that this will affect sales. When you're deciding which console to buy with this kind of information, that all the multi-plats are going to perform better on this one, that it's going to cost less.
Yeah. Well, if you have both, if you're lucky enough to have both, then you buy the one that has the better version of the game. If you don't have both, you still get the same game. Maybe this happened with the 360 and the PS3 too. The PS3 was a far more powerful console. Same with the PS2 and the original Xbox. The original Xbox was a far more powerful console than the PS2. And if you were lucky to have enough to have both, then you could choose the Xbox version of that game to play it on. If you didn't, though, you still got the same game. It's, maybe there were minor graphical differences, and I think that's what we're dealing with here. I think a lot of people are blowing this up to be like this huge differentiator. I have both consoles. I look at them both, and I swear to God, it's just not that big a difference.
Well, when I get my Xbox One, we're going to have this discussion again.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was playing Titanfall beta, and that game looks amazing, and even still in beta, it's actually ridiculous how good it looks. It looks like a next-gen game. When the control, it's just.
Well, I see. This is why we do this show, so we can see both differences for every console, and just let everybody know that it's not different, or let's express our opinions and how we feel about the games, and this is what's going on. It's not too big of a difference. These little console wars are basically ridiculous in whatever way, even though one's a little bit more expensive than the other, that whatever the NSA is monitoring your house or whatever, it's just complete nonsense. If you're okay with the Xbox One, then buy the Xbox One. If you're okay with the PS4, then buy the PS4. This is why we're all here.
Hey, you can't omit the Wii U.
I don't even know about. I don't even want to go into the Wii U right now.
Yeah. My friend who bought one probably got 50% of the market.
Tell you what, Briar Rabbit, I'll buy your Wii U. Why don't you send it to me?
I can't sell it to you because the kids have been playing it nonstop for like the last month. They got
still Mario.
Yeah, they got the new Mario game for Christmas. For some reason, they didn't break into it until just recently, and they just got Zelda Wind Waker, the remake of Wind Waker. Yeah, and they're really having fun with that. So the Wii U's getting used in this house.
Awesome.
Yeah.
1 out of 100.
Yeah, I played on the Wii U. My friend has a Wii U. It's just not the same. And like the graphic-wise, yeah, it looks like an Xbox 360 or like PS3's graphics, but it's not the same as in like the social media. It's not like a very friendly interface kind of.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the
The
UI?
UI? No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's weird.
I hear it's really hard to add friends and all this stuff. Really?
Yeah, you gotta have like a code and.
That was with the Nintendo DS, wasn't it? They did the same thing with the Wii U.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez, poor Nintendo.
They're just headed downhill, buddy. That's all I gotta say for Nintendo. I don't know what their next step is. I know last episode of the Beastly Thoughts, they're coming out with something new. Hopefully, it's something substantial that they can actually pick up their sales and something that everybody wants. But other than that, they're just falling in the totem pole right now. They're something they don't want to be.
Okay, so I want to ask, especially for our viewers today, because Marco is new, guys. Tell everybody again, Marco, the name of your channel, and we'll definitely have that listed in the description below so people can come through and subscribe.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there. What?
Just kidding. Let people know the name of your channel so they can come through and subscribe to it, because you're new to Beastly Thoughts.
That's right. My YouTube name is Unreal Gamer. If you want, just check it out. If Briar's kind enough to put a link below.
I certainly will.
Yeah, he hasn't uploaded any videos yet, guys, but he is an Xbox One gamer, and he's going to be doing a lot of Titanfall footage. Yeah.
Yeah, he's more than welcome to put this video up.
Oh yeah,
this will be his first video.
This will be your first video. So if you have any questions, contact me or Briar, and we'll let you know how to do it. But yeah, definitely put this up and let people know, what be happening on your channel.
Cool. Thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh man, you better be back. You better be back with us.
I'm gonna try to put videos up every day. I got a lot of gameplay. I've been collecting gameplay for, I don't know, a month. I got my Elgato for Christmas, and I got my Blue Yeti right here. So, yeah.
Oh man, you're the man.
I took a long time to gather all the equipment because I thought like I want great quality. I'm very picky about the quality I have, but yeah, it's just I got the Elgato, I got the Blue Yeti, I think I got your computer, Beastly. Which computer do you have?
So it seems like I'm behind everybody right now. My mic quality is like I'm still using the Turtle Beach headset, the PX22, the Call of Duty edition. So I don't know. Everybody's got these Blue Yetis and all these other mics. And I'm still here using the Turtle Beaches.
Hey, Kyle, don't worry about it. They're brown. They're brown Yetis too.
Oh, you.
Well, damn it! Let me move my head. Let me move my head back some. Damn it!
Oh, you got one too. Since when did you get? When did you get one?
My son's Christelle, so we'll see. All right.
Are you asking me, Marco?
Yeah, Beastly. I remember last episode you said I got to get one.
Well, my lovely wife bought it for me for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
This makes me so happy. Yeah, but after Briar Rabbit, I think I want to move this thing away from my face.
It looks a little weird from what the picture I was seeing. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. It looked a little awkward.
Oh man. Okay, so look, guys. Next month we got 2 incredible games coming out for next-gen consoles.
Yes, we do.
Titanfall we talked about. All right.
And we got Infamous Second Son.
What do you think about Infamous, Briar Rabbit? I want Briar Rabbit's take on this because Infamous is not for everybody. It's really for a select group of people. Now, I think after seeing this game, even if you never played Infamous before, just seeing this game and hearing the previews of it, the guys at IGN, Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, they all talked about it. They said this game plays the way it looks, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the funnest looking games I've ever seen. So if it plays the way it looks, it really does scream next gen. It doesn't look like something that the PS3 could even, do. It looks very fluid. The animation, the powers, the speed of it. I'm super stoked about this game, and I swear I'm going to play the hell out of it next month. Is this something you're looking forward to, Brian, or are you going to wait and see how it goes?
I'm definitely. It's not. I haven't pre-ordered it or anything. I'm to see what the reviews are going to be like. If it's good, though, I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be like the first non. Let's say, how do I say this? It's the first like big PS4 exclusive kind of, like a next-gen exclusive title that I can really name. Most of the games that came out at launch were, cross-gen, like they were Xbox 360 games and Xbox One games and PS3 and PS4. So this one, if I'm right, I think this one was developed solely for the PS4. There is no PS3 version, right?
Yeah, it's just like Killzone and Shadowfall.
Yeah, so that's really exciting to me because it's not a launch game, so hopefully they took a little more time. Hopefully it's going to be like a real showpiece for what the next gen can do, just like Titanfall is.
It looks like it. I mean, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be playing Titanfall on my PC. And back to your question, Marco, I have a HP Envy.
I think I have the same one.
Does it have the Beats audio in the top left corner?
Yeah. Is your touchpad the one with 2 clicks on the bottom or just the one big pad?
One big pad.
Yeah, we got the same computer.
You're the man! Damn, Marco, you are the man. It's a really nice computer, huh? Tell them.
I really like it. It runs really good on anything like Battlefield and all those kind of FPS games.
Yeah, I love this PC. I mean, I came from having I can't even call it a PC. You might as well say it was a trackpad with a screen super glued to the top of it. But this thing is really awesome. Yeah, crap top. I would say shit top. That thing was terrible.
Marco, what are you going to be posting? What games are you playing?
I like to. Right now I'm playing TF2, Team Fortress 2. Yep. I'm gonna get into Call of Duty Ghosts back. I haven't played, I bet you, in about 3 weeks. I just never got into it. Once Titanfall came out, I got some Titanfall gameplay. I'm gonna get to some Call of Duty World of War Zombies, the custom maps.
I want to check that out. I'm interested in that. I never knew that existed.
I want to see that.
It's really good. Yep, yeah, you have to get World at War though for PC only.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a PC.
It's about
You
game.
can download a PC on that Mac you got over there.
That's true. I do have Windows loaded on the PC, or on the Mac, but
Boot camp.
yeah.
It's pretty slick.
Yeah. That's what I
And
got.
what about you, COD Made? We know who made you. COD made you, so we know that you're doing Ghosts. What are you going to be playing over the next week?
Well, I'm just finishing Outlast. I got one more episode to do of Outlast for the PS4 exclusive, and then the 27th I'm going up to GameStop when my pre-order comes out for Onslaught DLC for Ghost. I know everybody else is ahead of me for that for the Xbox One users, but I don't care. It's going to be my version.
I don't care either, man. Screw those guys.
Yeah,
No,
it's going to
just
be my
kidding.
version. That's what I'm waiting for. And then, obviously, in March, I'm going to be doing Infamous Second Son. We're going to do a Let's Play of that. And that's it, unless I start doing more of my life videos and how I live my life on a daily basis. And that's what my channel is about, guys.
And I want to tell you this about your life. It's a great thing to see this turnaround, to see this positivity coming. I love it.
Yeah.
So
There you
keep
go.
up the great work. You know,
You see those spirit fingers right there? That's happiness right there.
yeah, just keep up the great work, man. I mean, if as long as you're doing it, you're going to affect somebody else. You know, sometimes you're going down a road that other people are behind you on, and you might be able to give good advice. So just keep up the great work. Me, I'm playing Outlast right now. We did Beauty and the Beast last night, and
I watched that episode. That was a good episode. I like that.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. And I did some Outlast footage there. I'm playing right now The Last of Us DLC, which seems so far pretty good.
You playing that? You've started it?
Yeah, I just did some. I was rendering the footage when we started here, so I had to stop it because I didn't want it to affect. You know, it may not have affected it, but I didn't want to be the odd man out again. So I just stopped it. I'll go ahead and re-render it. But so far, it seems really fun. So that'll be up tonight. I'm going to do 20-minute, webisodes of it. It'll just be the complete playthrough, and then I'll go ahead and do my review on it. But so far, Briar Rabbit, I think it's really great. That game looks good enough to be a PS4 game, man. I mean,
yeah, they did a nice job with the graphics. Well, the PS3 was a powerful system. You know, it really was.
That game looks awesome. I mean, I've seen scenes already in the first 25 minutes. I was like, geez, this looks like the PS4 up-res version of the original game. They're really pushing out some good shit for that game.
The original looked really good too.
Yeah, it did. It's been a little while since I played it, so it's kind of like revisiting your old best friend you haven't seen in a while and having that conversation and you're remembering why you love him so much. And that's what this DLC is for me. It's bringing me back.
Do you miss having Joel or?
No.
No, you don't miss it.
No. I left The Last of Us with the feeling that it was more about Ellie. Yeah. Honestly, I think Joel's a hell of a character. And the voice acting, everything about him was just great. But I feel like at the end of that game, the game was more about the struggle of Ellie, and this is actually telling the struggle. You're actually playing two parts of the game at the same time. For those that don't know, if you don't like spoilers, turn off your speakers, plug your ears, take some cheesecake, stick them in time.
I haven't played it yet. I don't want to hear this.
Oh, okay. Well, for those that don't like spoilers, keep listening, then, because I'm not going to spoil for everybody. But I'll just say this: you're playing two parts of the game, and it's like kind of it flashes, and then something else happens, and you go here and you do this. But it really does seem very fun, and I'll be uploading that tonight. And what about you, Mr. Rabbit? What are you going to be doing this week?
I have been playing. I just finished my Tomb Raider Let's Play. I haven't uploaded the last. I think there's 2 episodes left to upload. But I finished the game, so I'm actually looking for a single-player game. I was thinking about waiting for Thief. I haven't really looked at much video on it, but it's like the next game that's coming out. I have been playing Golden Abyss, the Uncharted Golden Abyss for the PS Vita, which I have an empty case for here. And I actually like that game. It got kind of crappy reviews when it came out, and the touch controls don't really work that well, and there's issues to it. But I'm having an okay time with it. I'm also playing Strider, which I downloaded on the PlayStation 4. which I'm actually having a great deal of fun with. I love the original Strider, well, the original 2 Striders, 3, I guess, if you include the arcade version, for the Genesis and the NES. So this is a big nostalgia game, and it plays pretty well. Not quite as good as Guacamelee, but pretty well. What else have I been playing?
Now, when you're playing Uncharted Golden Abyss, have you tried the actual motion control aiming?
Yeah, that doesn't really work that well for me.
I actually really like that. It's like I use the analogs to actually aim where I want to aim, and then I'll have that slow articulation to really
fine-tune it.
Fine-tune it, yeah, and that way you can, head snipe, do all that great stuff. But
yeah, I did it with the sniper rifle a little bit, but for the main combat, I just feel like the analog sticks are the easier way to go.
Yeah, for the main combat, yeah. But I thought that game got really good reviews when it came out. You said the reviews are iffy?
Yeah, I thought it was like averaging around like 7 or 6 or 7.
I remember it like 8.5.
Maybe, all right, maybe I'm misremembering, but I mean, it's got some issues to it, but it's a free game on the PlayStation Network, or it's along with PS Plus. There's a ton of free stuff on PS Plus. Oh, Street Fighter Cross Tekken I've been playing. The only thing that sucks about the PS Vita.
PS Plus.
What's that?
The game you were talking about, I haven't seen on PlayStation.
I just downloaded it.
It's for the Vita.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Vita? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
I would like to see a way to record video game, gameplay off of the Vita, because there's a ton of games that aren't on anything else, and I'd like to, be able to share that. So when I'm playing, Uncharted Golden Abyss, I'd like to be able to share that, but, it sucks that you could play a PS4 game on your PS Vita, but you can't play the PS Vita game on your PS4.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
That would solve that issue.
You need to write Sony there, Brian Rabbit.
Oh, I'm sure they have the capability of doing it. It'd be easier to go that direction, I would think.
Yeah, but just in case you ever did want to play that online, grab it on PS3, and I'll whip your ass pretty quick.
Which game?
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Street Fighter guy. I got all the other Street Fighters too on PS3, and we can get in there together and upload some footage.
I don't feel like this would go well for me.
An awesome idea we should do is this all get on PlayStation 4 and just make an absolute awesome video together.
That would be fun. I would definitely be willing to do that.
Call it Duty or Battlefield, and we need to make our own clan.
Yep.
And that would be fucking sick. And Brian Rabbit, of course, you'd lead the clan. I'd be second in command. COD is awesome too, man. I mean,
yeah, I've seen COD made player play. I don't think I'm gonna hold a candle up to that. You know who else is really good is God, his name is escaping me right now.
I never heard of his name is escaping me. What channel is that?
Oh man, it's awesome. It's really hard to spell though.
I think we get all a lot of videos on that if we all grouped up and we just did something awesome, like Clan War or something, and we just all freaking joined up and we just whooped ass.
And we definitely would. This is the thing, guys. You see YouTube families like people like Hard 8 Times, Broken Games, Shokio,
Benos Gaming.
These guys, they're like a YouTube family. They actually stick together. They do things together, and this is us. And we're starting off, and I think the more things we do, the better. And all our subscribers and our viewers, they're along with us for this ride. This shit is sick.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I'm always smiling. Sometimes I think my cheeks are super glued.
Yeah. I go downstairs, after we record this show every week, I go downstairs and I talk about all the stuff we just talked about for 2 hours. Oh, yeah, we had so much fun doing the podcast.
And see, Kate, check it out. Kate, she's watching, right? She always watches back there from her Apple. She comes out and tells me about, you should have said this, you should have said that. I said, well, why don't you get on Yeah, why don't you get on and I'm trying to get her to come on, but, Kate's extremely shy.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be nice to have her on, because she's a rare occurrence. She's a gamer girl, and she's not a scrub. Like, if she's playing Call of Duty, she destroys people. And she talks shit. She can play Tekken, And I think one of these days I'm going to sweet talk her and get her ass on here with us.
Yeah, you're so good, Kate. Prove it. Come on out. Prove it. Prove it.
Ooh. Dog life. Wow. All right.
All right, should we wrap it up, guys?
Let me see, where we at? We had a 2-hour show, man.
Yeah,
I think I had a hell of a time.
Yeah, every week is good.
That's all I got, unless you gentlemen have anything else.
Check out COD Player, like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right.
All right.
And Marco?
Oh, check out Unreal Gamer, YouTube/Unreal Gamer. Subscribe.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And you guys already know who I am and who the rabbit is. Beastly Gamer, Briar Rabbit. You're here for a reason. Go ahead, click, and keep on breezing.
That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.